The Zorkai warship Crimson Talon cut through the void of space like a dagger through silk. Inside its sterile corridors, Lisa pressed her scaled hand against the reinforced glass of the observation deck, her three eyes narrowing as she watched the prisoner in cell block 7. Vin Diesel sat motionless on the metal bench, his human form appearing deceptively relaxed. His shaved head gleamed under the harsh lighting, and his dark eyes stared at nothing in particular. To the untrained observer, he looked defeated, broken, even. But Lisa had survived 30 cycles in the Galactic Enforcement Fleet by trusting her instincts, and every instinct screamed that something was wrong. Commander Lisa, her second-in-command. Thorax chittered through his mandibles. The human has been compliant for 7 solar days. Perhaps the stories of their violence were exaggerated? Lisa's tail twitched with irritation. Humans are never compliant. Thorax. They're apex predators from a death world. This one especially, Vin Diesel, they call him. He's eliminated 12 of our scout teams before we finally captured him on Rigel 9. Then why does he simply sit there? That was the question that haunted Lisa through every watch cycle. They had captured the most wanted human in 3 sectors. A man accused of sabotaging Zorkai mining operations and freeing countless slave species. Yet he had come willingly, barely resisting when they surrounded him. It made no sense, unless he wanted to be captured. The thought crystallized in Lisa's mind like ice forming in vacuum. Her eyes widened as the pieces fell into place. Thorax, run a full diagnostic on all ship systems. Now, Commander, do it. As Thorax scurried away, Lisa's communicator chirped. Commander, this is engineering. We're detecting anomalies in the power distribution network. Small fluctuations, but lock down the ship. Lisa barked, but she was already too late. The lights flickered once, twice, then plunged the corridor into emergency red lighting. In cell block 7, Vin Diesel stood up for the first time in 7 days. A smile crossed his face, not cruel, but purposeful, determined. Computer, he said in perfect Zorkai, execute protocol midnight. Lisa's blood ran cold. That was an override code, one that only ship commanders should possess. How did a human? The cell door hissed open. Vin Diesel stepped into the corridor as if he owned it. Because, in a sense, he did. For 7 days, while his captors believed him broken and defeated, he had been observing, learning, and most importantly, hacking. Every moment of apparent compliance had been a carefully orchestrated performance. The Zorkai had underestimated human patience, human ingenuity, and human determination. They thought they were the hunters. They were wrong. Lisa drew her plasma pistol and rounded the corner, her tactical team behind her. They found Vin Diesel walking calmly toward the bridge, hands visible, no weapons drawn. Yet somehow, he was the most dangerous thing on the ship. Freeze, human. Lisa commanded. Vin Diesel stopped and turned to face them. Commander Lisa, I was hoping we'd talk before the end. The end of what? This ship's mission. Your fleet's expansion into the Terran borders. All of it. His voice was calm, conversational even. You see, you made a mistake when you captured me. You brought me exactly where I needed to be. Thorax appeared from a side corridor, his exoskeleton clicking with agitation. Commander, the human somehow accessed our communications ray. He's been transmitting our coordinates and patrol routes to the Terran Defense Fleet. Vin Diesel finished. They'll be here in approximately 4 minutes. You have a choice, Commander. Surrender peacefully, or my people will board this vessel and free every slave in your cargo hold by force. Lisa's finger tightened on her weapon's trigger. You're 1 human against a crew of 200, am I? Vin Diesel's smile widened. Check your internal sensors, Commander. Check the slave holds. With dawning horror, Lisa activated her wrist display. The cargo holds, which had contained over 300 captured beings from a dozen species, were empty. Completely empty. The cell doors had been opened remotely, and the slaves had armed themselves with stolen equipment. For 7 days, while you thought I was your prisoner, Vin Diesel explained, I was actually dismantling your ship from the inside. Every system, every lock, every protocol, I learned it all. And I shared everything with the very people you sought to sell into bondage. The ship shuddered as multiple vessels dropped out of faster-than-light travel nearby. Through the viewport, Lisa could see them 12 Terran warships, their weapons hot and ready. Humans are patient hunters, Commander, Vin Diesel said softly. We don't just react. We plan, we adapt. We wait for exactly the right moment. You thought you caught a prize when you captured me. In reality, I caught all of you. Lisa's weapon lowered slowly. She had been outmaneuvered completely, and by a species she had dismissed as primitive. The predator had become the prey, and she hadn't even realized the roles had reversed until the trap had already sprung. What happens now? She asked quietly. Now, you surrender. Your crew will be treated according to Terran conventions. The slaves aboard the ship will be freed, and the Zorkai Empire will learn an important lesson. Vin Diesel's expression hardened. Humanity doesn't make good prey. We're the ones who hunt. As Terran Marines began boarding the Crimson Talon, Lisa finally understood the truth about humans. They weren't just survivors from a death world. They were the apex predators of that world, and they had brought their hunting instincts to the stars. The Zorkai had captured a human, but the human had captured them all.